folks, this is Rainiac, and this is another Series 7 Doctor Who review, except of course it isn't, because the series is over. But that doesn't mean there isn't something to talk about. This is a special Series 7 retrospective, and I've brought not one but two guests along for the ride. Introduce yourselves.
You go first.
That means talk.
Okay, all right, I'll go first. Hi, I'm FreezingInferno, and apparently, according to Rainiac's draconian censorship laws, I sound like a character from a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I see that. I'm Kuchiri.
And guest number two.
I'm Kuchiri. I've been Let's Playing for about as long as Rainiac has, and yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we've already brought Let's Play into it.
Yes!
So,
I have to
Series
plug my
7
channel somehow.
Plug count, 1. So Series 7 then, which is what we're actually gathered here to talk about, was very, very interesting. And very long. As Kuchiri's pointed out to me, it actually spanned 3 years. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split Series 7A and Series 7B when we talk about it. So we'll start with 7A, which began with the Christmas special of 2011 and ended with The Angels Take Manhattan in late 2012.
Man,
Who wants to get going?
I actually liked the special. Like, I remember when I watched this, I didn't like the enemies at first, the wooden queen and king. But like, I watched this episode again recently, and I'll get onto my rant about season 7 later. But this was one of the better episodes of season 7. That's
Wow.
I liked it. It was good for a Christmas special after a couple of months and no Doctor Who. That's basically what the Christmas special is. It just fills that void. You're like, oh boy, September's done. I've been waiting all fall, and now it's finally time for new Doctor Who. Happy Christmas. And, well, it delivered that. I mean, I don't know if it was the best episode. Honestly, I don't remember it that well, but I remember one thing you brought up way back when, Rainiac, is that Bill Bailey was in this episode as like a weird logger, but he was pretty much wasted. He had only like a couple of lines and then gone.
He was totally wasted.
he was like some sort of like a mayor of some like planet or something. That
Can I be honest with you two? I can't even remember much about the episode. I remember the wooden people, Bill Bailey, the ponds at the end, and a mechanical digger.
Well, there was
long story short, the Doctor like had some sort of like a weird little house, and then like a mother and her 2 kids show up, and like the Doctor, is showing them a present that is kind of like a gate to another like time, kind of.
Now.
And it kind of like parodies the Narnia series because this is like the wardrobe.
the title.
And, yeah. And the kids go into it, and like they end up getting lost, and then the Doctor has to go and save them, and it turns out like the tree people once won the kids' minds to help them get back home or something.
I remember now.
You want to know an interesting fact about C.S. Lewis and Doctor Who?
Yeah,
he
please
died the day before the very first episode came out.
Oh my God.
That's a fact I learned from Toad's Tutorial.
If this was a season 1 discussion, the very first episode, Rose, it shows a picture of the Doctor right next to the JFK assassination. The very first episode of Doctor Who was delayed 5 minutes to give people a breaking news, the president just got shot.
That's fascinating, and that would be fantastic if we were discussing Series 1. Unfortunately, we're not.
Hey, I was watching the Series 1 the other night.
But the point is that the reason I can't remember it that well is it was okay as an episode.
As the Christmas specials usually are.
But it wasn't particularly memorable.
But the thing is, I'll go on to my whole Doctor-companion interaction thing rant later. He had great interactions with both the kids and the mother. And it actually helped like bring it on. I'll get into a rant about the lack of interaction.
Well, the companion was fantastic in that episode for what little I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a one-off. She wouldn't work for the whole series.
Oh yeah, but the interaction was good. Like later on in the season, the interaction kind of wavers. Sorry,
Yes.
if you guys hear my background noise. Sorry.
It's okay. You don't really need to apologise for it. I mean, you can probably hear white noise popping off my mic all the time, but it's all right.
And you might have a dog barking in the background here.
And we
too,
might have a
so
dog
I'll
barking
take
in the
off.
background.
He's barking at my dad doing yard work.
No,
We
he's
are
barking
nothing
at Rainiac.
We are nothing but professionals here on Series 7 Doctor Who reviews.
Yeah.
So, the series then got kicked off proper with the Slime of the Daleks, so...
After 9 months of waiting.
Yeah, so it's probably best to talk about the ponds.
Yeah, the pond.
I love them Series 5, but throughout Series 6, I could tell, like, they were running out of material to do with them.
That's probably fair, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Well, Series 6 was the River Song Show.
Pretty much, but, you know, Amy was actually pretty good in Series 5, and then, like, Series 7, half the scenes she was in, she didn't even move that much. It was almost like, hey, stand there, look at the camera, look pretty.
Yeah. Well, Doctor Wither in the Wardrobe that you mentioned, which, as we say, is technically part of Series 7, she's in it for 2 minutes at the end.
It was a nice scene at the end. I'll give it that.
Asylum of the Daleks is not about her or Rory.
It's about Sarah.
It's about Oswin, who we'll get into when we talk about 7B.
Well, I don't know if I can mention about that. It was that back then we didn't know it was about Oswin. We were just like, wait a minute, isn't that the girl that the news said was cast as a companion?
My
first
first
thought
thought was, wait a minute, isn't that the head girl of the school I used to go to?
Yeah, look at you. You're like 1 degree removed from Doctor Who itself.
Only
Ain't
1
that
degree, but yes. I
Okay,
vaguely know
2.
someone who's now working on the show. That's not 1 degree.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway,
2 degrees.
I didn't really want to get into that, but point is,
okay.
Asylum was not about the ponds.
Nope.
Dinosaurs were not about the ponds, apart from a little bit with Rory and his father.
Power 3 was...
Power 3 was about the ponds, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course the Angels take Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
But for the so-called companions, they didn't have a lot to do in this series.
For the Amy and Rory farewell tour, as I call Series 7A, it was, well, they didn't really do much.
I almost feel that maybe it would have been better if they'd had a full series, and then Angels Take Manhattan was the finale of Series 7.
Mm-hmm.
That would have helped, because then we would have got a whole series of The Impossible Girl.
And then Series 8 would have been The Impossible Girl.
Mm-hmm. Well, before this season started, Moffat said, there will be no two-parters.
Oh, and I hated that decree.
There you go.
Yeah. And I think it turned around to hurt him because, like, the Dalek Asylum, great episode. Really,
Oh, yeah.
it was really good. It was a good way to start out the series. And then, you know, it kind of started going down here for there. Like, I'm not going to lie, Angel Take Manhattan really was not the best way to end the Pond story.
It wasn't, was it? I mean, I enjoyed it, and the farewell scene was brilliantly done.
Mm-hmm.
Not a dry eye in the Doctor Who fandom that day.
Well, my eyes were dry because I
Yeah,
don't cry about
my
stuff
eyes were
like
dry.
that.
Metaphorically.
But
Sam
like,
was pleased because she hates Amy Pond. Joke.
yeah.
But no, it was a great way to end this. But the problem was that there wasn't enough of them doing anything in that series to warrant the emotional impact of their farewell.
I wish there was more of Brian, the dad.
Yeah.
Brian was fantastic.
And again, if he'd had a full Series 7, he could have turned up.
Yeah. But I really do believe Angel Take Manhattan would have been one of those episodes that could have been better if it was a two-parter.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because it just kind of, there wasn't really like a conflict. It was like, oh, there's a giant statue of Angel weeping. Oh, I have to, quote-unquote, kill myself.
Okay. Jump.
Yeah.
Town Called Mercy, I gotta say, it was my favorite episode of the first half. Town Called Mercy.
Town Called Mercy was fantastic.
We're in agreement there. That was brilliant.
It's between that for me or Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, just because it was just a romp, basically.
When I first reviewed Angels Take Manhattan, I was very favourable towards it. Now I've seen it again, watching the whole series from start to finish. It doesn't hold up to the others.
No, and it's like you could tell where it was like, oh crap, we were told this has to be in one 50-minute thing, but this is a story that can only be. Oh no,
45 even 45.
We're running a little long time.
Oh no, oh no, how?
And you bring up a great point about the two-parters. Say what you will about the quality of Russell T Davis's run, but at least we got two-parters, and at least we got full series.
It's true.
Yeah, I think. Okay, open question. Do you guys think that the splitting the season into two different parts hurts or helps the storytelling in Doctor Who?
It would help if they didn't keep making the splits so goddamn huge.
Hurts.
What?
No, it definitely hurts because, I like how they're trying to do the two different season story arc storylines, and the thing is, there wasn't much of a season arc for 7A. I get 7B is all about the impossible girl, and but at least in 6A and 6B, 6A was all about what's going on with Amy, and then 6B was the River Song Extraordinaire,
and the death of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Which I know we're not talking about Series 6, but that was such a goddamn cop out.
Oh yeah. And Series 5 had the cracks. I'll say this right now. Series 5, literally, if I ever did a top 20 favorite Doctor Who episodes, Season 5 will have 13 of the 20 spots. I love Season 5.
That's probably fair, though, because a lot of the Series 5 stuff was fantastic. You had one of the best finales ever.
Oh, and the best openings. I don't think a Doctor has ever had that epic of an opening.
Oh, God.
Hello.
11th Hour is so good.
You're referring to the 11th Hour, yes.
Yeah. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Run.
Basically, run.
I will say one thing about the whole overarching thing. It was usually fun to go back once you finish the season and try to catch things. Like when you finish season 6.
What was that all about?
I don't even know what that was. You said the T word, but anyway.
No, season 2, if you go back and watch it now, you'll just see it everywhere.
You said the T word? Oh, yes.
Yeah. But season 6, you hear Dorian belt the question in a hammy over-the-top way that I won't repeat for your sake. And then you go back to Impossible Astronaut, and the fucking first thing out of that lady's mouth is Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the lady, it's Canton Everett Dillaway the Third. No,
they both say it. The French lady or whatever at the beginning, and then Canton says it. So it's twice in the first episode.
And it's 8 episodes in a row in season 7. There's a question, Doctor Who, 8 times in a row.
We're still talking about 7B when we should be talking about 7A, but...
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about overall story arcs.
It's
7A.
fine.
7A never had that. I went back and watched Asylum of the Daleks after that, and all you really get is a little bit of, it's Clara, and she says, I don't know where I am, and that's the thing that she said before. That's all you really get.
Apart from Oswin, I think any of the episodes of 7A could be watched as standalone stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
There you go.
I will actually take a step farther and say the entirety of season 7 could be standalone stories.
Well...
Because I know we're not talking about 7B, but he doesn't actually travel with her. They kind of go on dates.
Actually, that's a fair point, which we'll get into when we talk about Clara. But I think pacing in general has been a problem for this series, but especially in 7A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the exception of possibly Asylum and A Tale Called Mercy.
The rest of the season,
They all felt pretty rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little.
I mean, Power of 3 actually ended early.
There you go.
Because I recorded it. I record all of them and then watch it back for the purposes of the reviews. And it finished 10 minutes early, and it wasn't because I thought, maybe I've missed the beginning.
You didn't set the thing wrong or anything?
No, I got the credits saying, and now on BBC One, Doctor Who.
So it was literally 10 minutes too short? Really?
When I cut the episode, like, from beginning to end, just so it was the episode, not the adverts beginning and end.
I gotta check my files here in the middle of this review just to see here.
Unless something major happened on my recorder, but then again, I watched it live and nothing was missing out, so pacing has been a massive issue.
It says right here, 1 45-minute episode.
Oh, fair enough.
Let's see here.
But other season 7 says 1 50-minute episode, so...
And they've all been 45, and that one I can definitely say.
So, I just checked. Asylum of the Daleks is 48 minutes long. Power 3, 41 minutes long.
I was right. So it is shorter.
And very forgettable. Like, you would think, like, an episode that has a very unique concept like those cubes, and why are the cubes all over the place?
Power 3 is my least liked episode of 7A.
We're getting ahead of ourselves again, but yes, you're right. It's not that good. And the worst thing about it is that Stephen Burkoff is in it.
And Kate Stewart.
Oh, Kate
She's
Stewart
good.
is one.
If it weren't for her, this would be a dud. But
oh yeah.
Oh, Kate Stewart needs to come back for like the 50th.
I think she will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, considering that a particular enemy is coming back, and this one story that it featured in had the Brigadier in it. Yeah,
I think if anything, I don't want to go on a huge tangent about Kate because in the grand spectrum of things at the moment she's pretty minor. She's been in one story, but I think she's needed to continue the Brigadier's legacy.
Yeah.
Popping up once a season.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Just as long as they don't overnews the guest characters.
Whatever happened to the roommate? There was not a roommate episode. Yeah, Craig did not show up this season.
I personally wasn't too upset about that, but...
Hey, I like Craig.
Yeah.
I can probably explain it that James Corden was too busy.
Maybe.
He wants to do a third one, though.
Yeah.
So maybe they're saving that for Series 8.
A big one where the Doctor jumps like 10 years into his future and the kid is now like a rebellious teen.
Oh, God. Stormageddon, dark teen of all.
Oh, dear God.
Anyway, let's get back on track. So
it was fine. It's fine.
Dalek Asylum. I like how. But man, two things. I like how Clara deleted the Doctor's name from everywhere.
Yes.
And, like, the thing is, if you now go back from the end, this will actually... I just thought of this right now, and, like, literally just popped in my head. This stops the GI. Because even though, like, the GI can go everywhere, if he can't see exactly what the Doctor did to stop the Daleks every single time, to stop whatever, he might not know what to do. Yeah.
Yes. I wish people would call him the GI because it makes him sound like a soldier, but...
Well, I don't want to say his name just yet.
I know who you mean. So that person who should remain anonymous, yes, it stops him.
Mm-hmm.
Or her, or it, we don't know.
Anyway, that's for 7B, as you said.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we're pretty much close to 7A. Another thing I'll say about Asylum of the Daleks, my one gripe is although it's called Asylum of the Daleks, it's not chiefly about the Daleks.
No.
All right. It's chiefly about one Dalek.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Daleks, and then you have the Dalek people, which was creepy as all fuck.
Yes. Dalek people are great.
I died.
How silly of me. I died.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I died. I saw it popping out the head. Children scurrying behind the sofa. Love it.
Oh my god, that was creepy as all. Oh, I think I cussed earlier. My bad.
It's okay. I could either put in the bleep machine, or we just say, you know what, to hell with the censorship. Just don't go overboard.
Okay, I'm fighting the urge to just swear a lot now. I don't care.
You and me both, Fresno. You and me both. We will destroy the censor machine.
Oh, great. You broke the bleep machine. This review is costing me money.
We now have to go to the fart machine. We know how to do the pharmacy.
And then that's just going to sue.
Oh.
No. It's promoting him.
No, undergoing upgrades.
I think we got a little off track.
I think we got a little off track. I think 7A is pretty much it. I know said in the toilet there. 7A is pretty much done.
It's in the toilet.
It was a fun week to come back. It was a fun month to come back to after 9 months of straight up nothing, which is one of the longest gaps we had in new series. And I don't know how those poor classic series guys managed 16 years without.
Even in the year between Voyage of the Damned and The End of Times, part 1 and 2, we got specials. All right, one of them was utter crap.
Yeah.
Not Voyage of the Damned, sorry. Next Doctor.
Yeah.
I can see the comments now. You call yourself a fan? You don't even know the name of the episodes.
I don't even remember the name of that episode that was shit.
Planet of the Dead.
Okay, thank you. I see, that's how bad. I didn't even remember. All I know.
Planet of the Dead had a decent ending. Oh, I'll just arrest myself then.
That was funny, yes. You're absolutely right. I'll just step into the police box and arrest myself.
Well, I don't really want to talk about Planet of the Dead because that's a Series 4.5 discussion.
I don't either. So I think we've probably milked 7A for all it's worth here.
My last thoughts are, honestly, like you said, you wanted to do another series with the Ponds. I think they should have left the Doctor Season 6. Because, honestly, it didn't really feel like they've had that much of an impact in 7A. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for saying that, but,
Yeah.
Actually, you make a very good point.
Yeah, they just left in the God Complex, and that was it? That was their final episode? I would have been okay with that.
Or maybe have the Christmas special.
I would have been happy if the Wedding of River Song had been their final main appearance.
Yeah.
And then they'd done a Martha Jones and come back every now and again.
Yes. But honestly, it felt like, oh crap, they're contracted for 5 more episodes, we gotta get rid of them, so let's kind of throw them around in 5 different scenarios and have them, quote-unquote, die. Okay.
Well, not quote-unquote, they did die.
Oh, yeah.
They died, fandom cried, let's move on. Impossible Girl!
Before we get to that, though, just give me your best episode and your worst episode of Series 7A.
I think I'm going to go with best Dinosaurs on a Spaceship because it's a romp and it's just plain fun. Yeah. Worst, Power 3, just because I wasn't really a fan of it.
And the dog agrees.
Dog agrees. Good dog.
Kuchiri, your best and worst.
Best Mercy, worst Angel.
Worst Angels? Okay.
Angels take my hand, and it really felt like the Doctor did nothing. It felt like Amy and Rory did nothing. It felt like they were in an impossible situation, and I'll get on this later on. It was an impossible situation. Someone reached far up their butt and pulled out Deus Ex Machina that is and punched them in the face. And it's like, oh, wait. Okay, so they stopped them. They didn't stop them, but they stopped them.
The dog is censoring you. It doesn't like the word stop, and I think we've just lost Fresno. But he'll come back. My best and worst is actually a combination of your two. My best is Mercy, and my worst is the Power of 3.
Now, the Power of 3 would be down there if it wasn't for the fact that they actually technically did not stop the Angels. Like, that's kind of like a little plot hole that they kind of...
I was just so disappointed in that Stephen Burkoff, they'd hired Stephen Burkoff to be in this episode. He didn't appear in person, he was a hologram, and he did nothing.
That's like the big thing of Season 7. Let's have...
Oh, he's back.
Let's just have nothing.
Let's just have 5 episodes of nothing.
Literally, that's what 7A was.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, God.
Cue the Seinfeld music.
Cue the Seinfeld music, yeah. I think...
Is it with these Daleks in their asylum? I mean... Oh.
You gotta be upgraded, Jerry! You gotta be upgraded!
Oh, God. You just give
I
away...
don't even know where we started.
I don't know, but all you missed was I said that my favourite episode was Mercy and my least favourite was Power of Three, as you well know.
Yeah, I heard you. I was
Honourable
still
second, Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say my second will be Mercy, just because it's a toss-up between Dinosaurs and Mercy for me.
Personally, I think people that are behind and want to just rush through the season, skipping episodes, should skip, like... I know you like Dinosaurs, but, like, it adds nothing. Like, I
can't help but agree with you.
I think if you want to get back into series
45 minutes.
Potted history, you've got to watch Asylum,
Mercy,
A Town Called Mercy, and just because it's the Pond's exit, The Angels Take Manhattan.
Same style exactly. However, you're going to be skipping Brian.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Aside from that last scene. Oh, hey, yeah, you're my grandfather, and I'm somehow older than you.
I wish that had been broadcast.
Yeah, that wasn't broadcast, so you're technically not missing that if you're just normally watching the show. So.
But it is apparently canon.
It's still a nice scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice scene. I would have liked to have seen it televised.
Then that's another part. Like, if it was actually a two-parter, like, it felt like it should have been, where it was an actual battle against the Angels, because, you know, the Angels are the one kind of enemy that you cannot just speed through like they did in the episode.
Plus, the Ponds made history, of course, because they were the first regular companions to leave not in a two-parter.
Yes.
I mean, granted, Rose, Donna, and Martha all came back for a time, but they all left in a two-parter.
Now, would you consider Adam Mitchell a companion?
Yeah.
Temporary. I wouldn't call him a regular.
Yeah.
He was just there to show that the Doctor who took the best, i.e. Rose.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So that I think that pretty much wraps up 7A. I think we've been fairly critical about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's move on to 7B.
Oh no, look out, it's a Dalek!